morning, guys. It is Sunday, February 4th, maybe? Yep, February 4th. And I am on my way to my classroom because I want to put together that cart that I bought and organize my centers for tomorrow. And that's pretty much all I want to do in my classroom today. And then I'll do the rest at home. Today is the Super Bowl. I don't really follow the Super Bowl very much, or football in general, or sports in general. What am I talking about? So I'm actually going to go grocery shopping after I go to my classroom, and I'm starting to think that maybe that's not going to be the best idea, but I need groceries. I've mentioned here and there how taking care of myself has not been a priority in the last few months because just teaching is such a huge priority in my life. I focus so much on that. So this morning I went ahead and made a weekly menu of what I'm going to eat all week. So my breakfast, my snack before my lunch, my snack before dinner, and then dinner. I want to make sure that I go buy all of those so I can follow that menu that I made. Then after that, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I do want to get my planning done before the Super Bowl starts because I'm gonna go to my fiance's house and watch it there, even though I'm not wearing my ring. I'm gonna go get it. So yeah, so I'll talk to you guys when I get to my classroom. All right, I'm done. I do want to buy another one of these so I can put my math centers on there, but I feel so much better about how this looks. Sorry if I'm whispering. There are people in the other room, so yeah, I love it. Everything's just so much more organized. Hi guys, my classroom is currently a huge mess because I decided I'm going to change my layout around. I got a new student today, so I'm up to 17, so just having 4 tables for kids to sit on is not really working out for me, so I kind of want to make it, I don't know, I don't know. I feel like it's time to change it up a little bit, and I have the time right now, so I'm doing it. This is kind of the general, way I want my tables to be, like a U almost, and then I'm moving my library area, which was by the word wall over there in that corner. I'm moving it over here, right here, and I moved this cubicle thing right there, and then I think I'm gonna move my literacy center station, that one, the cabinet. I'm gonna push it more, probably more that way. And yeah, we'll see what I come up with. Alright, so sorry for the bright light, but it is 5:32 and I'm just leaving my classroom. So I decided to rearrange my entire classroom, and of course that took forever. It took about 3 hours. But I finally have it how I wanted. One thing that I am missing is another one of those rainbow carts to store my math centers in. So I'm really excited. My classroom just feels a lot more open and it feels like it has more space, so I'm really enjoying it. I do have to go home and print out some new name tags as well as some other labels and stuff like that, and things for my new students. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If I remember to vlog when I'm home, then I'll go ahead and do that. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, so it's Wednesday after school, and then yesterday, as you saw, I stayed kind of late because I was rearranging my whole classroom, and I honestly really like the way it looks right now. I like that I have I don't know, I've always had a reading area, but now I just like the way it looks better. It just feels a lot more inviting and everything. I have a room for my mini trampoline. The only thing I was worried about was that, let me see if I can show you, over there where my word wall is where I have my small group table. So when I'm meeting with groups, I wanted kids to still be able to get things from our word wall, but I think I figured it out. So I have my table a little bit more forward than I usually would, and I have one of these stands on there so they can stand on it, get their word. And as of today, it wasn't distracting at all, so I think it's working out pretty well. Just everything just feels so much more spacious, and I really enjoy it. Let's talk about today. So yesterday, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but yesterday I got a new student. So that brings me up to 17. I think I did mention this, which was one of the main reasons why I decided to change my layout around. Because before, when I had 16, I would have 4 kids at each table, and I would have 1 table free for a parent volunteer to work at. I don't like this lighting. So when I got another student that brought me up to 17, obviously 4 kids at a table wasn't working, and I didn't want to just put 2 kids at a table, and I don't know, it wasn't working out for me. And I've always kind of wanted to change my layout, especially after I had my Polar Express party back in December, since I had kind of like a similar layout, just more towards the back, and I really enjoyed how much space I had. So yeah, that's why I changed. I think that's where I was going with it. Today we had our typical morning, so we did morning work, then they had their specials. When my kids were at PE, I was trying to put their new name tags down because I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday, and I was going to go ahead and print them and laminate them at home yesterday, but I didn't. But for whatever reason, my computer wasn't letting me print them with their names typed on them, even though I've done it before. So then I decided to just handwrite their names, but I wanted to do it with a black Sharpie, and I couldn't find a black Sharpie for the life of me at home, so I had to wait until I was here. So during that 30-minute prep time, I went ahead and wrote their names on their name tags, laminated them, cut them, and taped as many as I could on the tables. Luckily, I had a parent volunteer. Actually, I had 2 today, so she was able to finish taping them for me. I also made new, again, name tags, but for their cubbies, because I've had 2 new students since I last made the name tags, so it kind of bothers me that they didn't look the same. So I went ahead and made new ones, and now they all look the same, and they all have their cubby with their name on it, so that makes me happy. Honestly, I'm rambling so much. I am so tired. So I introduced 2 new centers today, which I will show you. Where is it? Okay. So the first one is called, or I called it Secret Sight Words. So I made a recording sheet for it because the product that I bought on TBT doesn't have it. So it just looks like this. So what my kids will do is they have this tub, and what they will do is they'll just pick one of these cards. It is folded, and it's not stapled, it's just the staples are holding Velcro dots together. So they'll just go off of initial sounds. So this is an umbrella, so it's and then this is a pig, so p, so up. They'll write it down on their recording sheet, they'll write down UP, and then they'll check their work, or they'll check their answers. So they'll go ahead and open it. They'll go ahead and open it afterwards and see if they were correct or not. This was a really big hit with my kids. They really enjoyed it. I just think the whole mystery aspect of it really gets their attention. I remember, I will go ahead and link it down below, but I really enjoyed this center. And it's just for sight words, and I just pulled out the sight words that we've learned so far. Sorry, I'm trying to put the door back in. I just pulled out the sight words that we've learned so far, because it does come with quite a bit that are not on our sight word list. So I just took most of them out, not all of them, because I think my high kids can go ahead and still figure those out. So let me show you the next one. The next one is something that I had been doing before, but I just kind of tweaked it a little bit. So it's just this one. It's just spin a sight word. So I have spinners that I made yesterday, and I just downloaded some spinner clipboard from TBT that was free, and then I went ahead and put them on PowerPoint so I can have the colored border on the back. So obviously, and I wrote the words down with Sharpie. I went ahead and put one of these, I don't know what these are called, prongs, I don't know, and a paper clip so they can spin it. Because my kids were not really good at doing the whole hold the pencil and paper clip kind of thing. So this works really well. So I have 3 kids working on this center at one time, so they'll each get a spinner. They'll all spin it at the same time, so obviously they're not all going to get the same word. So I let it on no, and then I will, or the parent volunteer will spin this one, and we'll determine what they will write it with. So they'll write it with a crayon and since I landed on no, I'll write it on the no column and try to see what word is going to get to the top first. I really like this center because it'll give my kids more exposure to sight words. I'm just trying to expose as many sight words as I can to just gonna help them with retention of sight words. For the third quarter, my kids are supposed to know 60 sight words. Obviously not all of them are quite there yet because it's not the end of the quarter, but I'm pretty sure that by the end of the quarter they'll get there, and just doing these little activities will definitely help them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, get some things organized, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Dun, dun, dun.